Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, the Nation Media Group got a chance to interview Professor Mutahi Ngunyi. A man was told Kenya that he is a gun for hire, and he has confirmed to everyone that he has crossed to Kenya Kwanza's side. In that interview, Ngunyi made some allegation that through State House, he came out with the idea to fund the Roots party leader, Professor Wajackoyah, to launch his manifesto on the same day when Ruto was launching his manifesto with a specific agenda to achieve. So in the whole story, it was like they were the one funding Wajackoyah campaign and some of the events. And in fact, even before that interview, there's something he had said on his Twitter, and this is what he had shared earlier in reference to Wajackoyah. And this is what he said. What is it? It's something he said about Wajackoyah. Dear Wajackoyah, at the core, you are what political scientists call a useful idiot, clever but stupid. That is why we funded your manifesto launched to irritate Ruto. If I was allowed to use you, a runoff was inevitable and the Babaman would be president today. That's what he's saying. So, in the whole story, is confirming that they funded the Roots Party. And the Roots Party has responded. This is what Wajackoyah is telling Professor Mutahi Ngunyi. Roots Party statement. Is it clear? Our attention had been drawn to remarks by Mutahi Ngunyi alleging that our party was sponsored to launch its manifesto on the same day as Kenya Kwanza in the build-up to 2022 August polls to reduce Ruto's hype. These remarks are baseless, unfounded, and serves as an insult to our party. Roots Party is a national party and does not subscribe to tokenism. A failed Mutahi Ngunyi hold a PhD in. For a man who survives on intellectual harlotry and peddling false political conjectures, it is less worried that he will use our party to kneel before Mr. Ruto. Anatumia chama ya Roots Party kupigia Ruto magoti. We are aware of Ngunyi's frantic pleasing of the president and refuse to be used as an entry narrative in a unholy political matrimonium. The Roots Party remain committed to the economic liberation of Kenya through legalization of hemp. Wajackoyah the fifth has now responded to Mutahi Ngunyi. But then in the whole story, the question we are asking, is there any truth in what Mutahi Ngunyi is talking about? The issue of using Wajackoyah to reduce William Ruto's hype. Because Ruto was coming with Hustler Nation and Wajackoyah was coming with the hemp, and he talked about the issue of harvesting of the snake poison, the issue of harvesting the hyena testicles, and looking for market for this, and many other things that was, the way in which he was explaining this, it was looking like it's very easy to repay the Chinese debt in ASGN and other ones through legalizing of all of these things. It was like Wajackoyah, when he became the president, in 6 months' time, we have cleared all the debts and all Kenyans are rich. This one was selling so much among the youth. So to some level, there could be true in what Mutahi Ngunyi is talking about. But it cannot also be true that he was the real person who was getting the funds from State House and funding Wajackoyah. Like he was the direct person, a link between State House and Wajackoyah. That cannot be true. Maybe he shared these views and it was bought into by close allies to Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga to help fund Wajackoyah campaign. Because in politics, you know, if we have a common enemy, that if your enemy is my enemy, we can come together and fight that enemy. And again, if I know that you cannot win, but I can use you to reduce the attraction from my opponent, so that I can pass through. I can do so. I can fund you so that you dig deeper into my opponent's votes, and when we are sharing, then it means I am also winning from my side, because I'm maintaining my support while you are digging deeper into my opponent's support. That can sell, and any other politician can fund even their opponent just to play in that way. To that level, there could be a possibility that Wajackoyah was funded by some of the close allies to Uhuru and Raila Odinga with an intention. Remember, Ruto was selling the hustler, was selling this issue of hustler. And this one was attracting more to many youth in this country. Now, Wajackoyah coming with the issue of hemp and all the product that we get from hemp. This one was attracting the youth. That means Wajackoyah was digging into Ruto's support. Ruto had the youth constituency, and Wajackoyah was coming to attract the youth constituency. So with all this, you can fund him to fight your opponent. And how did it happen? Indeed, we saw Wajackoyah launching his manifesto and presidential bid on the same day when Ruto was launching his manifesto and presidential bid. With all this, there was a split screen between Wajackoyah and William Ruto, because all these issues were happening on the same day. And I can tell you, many youth were following on what Wajackoyah was talking about. So if you are in media and you are looking for something to sell, tafuta mambo ya Wajackoyah, weka hapo. Watu wengi walikuwa wanafuatilia hiyo uchafu yote na mambo mengine ya Wajackoyah alikuwa anaongea. Hata Wajackoyah tu akisimama kwa pulpit na atusi tu, hiyo ndio watu wanataka kusikia. Wajackoyah alisema nini? Alitusi nani? Anasema nini kuhusu bangi? Anasema nini kuhusu mambo ya fisi? Amesema nini kuhusu nyoka? Hivi vitu tu, yani hizo ndio watu walikuwa wanafuatilia. So with all this, we saw a proper scheme and a master plan, which now made Wajackoyah and Ruto to release their maiden statement when they were launching their manifesto and presidential bid on the same time. Wakati Ruto alisimama tu kuongea pap, Wajackoyah anaongea huku, Ruto anaongea huku. It was not a coincidence. It was just something that was properly scripted. Walipanga ifanyike hivyo. So to some extent, Ngunyi could be right, but honoring this one as if he's the person who had the plan, in that one is also a subject of discussion. But the truth is that indeed Wajackoyah countered William Samoei Ruto. He countered him. Anasemanga alikuwa na kura milioni 1 na ziliibiwa. The other reality is that Wajackoyah hakukuwa na watu wake wa kuangalia nini? Kura. He did not have. Alikuwa anategemea tu goodwill ya watu. But if he could have people on ground officials who are now checking on their votes, kura zake hazingeibiwa. Hatujui kama ziliibiwa, lakini kama huna watu wenye wanaangalia kura yako na your opponent knows that wewe ndio ulikuwa na dig deeper into his votes na huna watu kwa ground, itabakia nini? What will happen? Your votes will be shortchanged. So because of this Wajackoyah alikuwa anasema kura yake imeibiwa, lakini ukweli ni kwamba he was literally used to irritate William Ruto. Wakatoa speech same time, ikakuwa ya kwamba Ruto hakuwa na ile hype ya kwamba amelaunch, amesema 1 2 3 split screen. Wanasikiza Wajackoyah amesema nini kidogo, wanaruka wanasema Ruto anasema nini kidogo, and it was live streamed. So it was totally countered. But Wajackoyah is refuting the issue of saying that alilipiwa, he was used, and all those other things to what Mutahi Ngunyi is talking about. As a politician, you will do what Wajackoyah has done. That's the truth. Huwezi kubali hii mambo. But I can tell you, and I know you know already, Azimio side used Wajackoyah to some extent, because they knew how critical it was to just dig in Ruto's side. Alikuwa na hype ya hiyo hambo na mambo mengine yote. I don't know your views, but let us put it in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you and see you in our next video.